Okay, this new one we're starting. Oh, for this one, I'm going to be, hold on, let me turn on. Sorry. Anyways, for this one, we're going to, let the voice actors speak, and then I'll speak. Uh, Tell me the way you guys feel about this way of doing it, in the comments, if you'd like. I'd like that. And I'll let this play, actually. What the heck? Yeah, let's go. Yeah, for cutscenes, I won't be talking, by the way, because I feel like that'll ruin the immersion. So yeah.
諦めいかに最強を誇る貴公とはいえ術者なしではこのリベルレギスにかなう道理はあるまい。無駄なこと雲海の闇よ るつもりか。往生際が悪いぞ。落ちろ。
損害率33%、戦闘性能18%低下、駆動システムおよびメイン動力に一部損傷ある。追跡しなくてよろしいのですか、マスター。
構わん。奴は間違いなくあの町に落ちる。全ては運命の刻むがままに。そして運命の輪は常に世の支柱にある。
イエスマスター。万物はマスターのもとに集い、貸し付き、従うのが正しき姿。すべてはマスターの御心のままに。
No matter how brightly their cities are lit, nor how much science exposes the darkness of superstition, people cannot abandon God. Oh, I forgot. Oopsie. This is because the light of science has even exposed the empty places of the human heart. In order to fill these vacant spaces, people try to stuff them with religion. How convenient. People built this city, this great mass of hubris, in order to escape from God's rules. Yet, when things go bad, as of course they do, they go right back to relying on God, taking advantage of God's endless love. Not that I, as Yuji Koto, am in a position to be talking about anyone else. In fact, I'm probably the poster boy for that. I'm insolent, disrespectful, and depraved, but when things get tough, I turn right back to God. I don't know a single prayer or Bible passage, but I have no problem using God for my own convenience. No matter how pathetic it is, I have no choice but depend on God. This just shows how deeply the emptiness has eaten into me. I am hollow, I am empty, I am the void. That's how desperate and clear the danger I'm facing is. Seriously, I haven't eaten in a week. All that's passed these lips in the past week has been salt and water. Not to mention that I think what I had a week ago was a crust of bread. Oh, wrong thing. Oops. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if the stray alley dogs are eating better than me. And yesterday my salt reserves ran out. Daniel's coefficient that had been getting pretty close to 100 just dropped all the way to 0. If you look at the calculations one way, it's an unprecedented economic depression. Of course, it's not like I'm just sitting around waiting to die. My coming to this church is all a part of my very optimistic life plan, which involves swallowing my pride and mooching a meal. My only miscalculation, the person I'm supposed to be mooching off of isn't here. Yes, I've gotta die. Are all these white pigeons gathering around my body in order to feast on my corpse as part of some Zoroastrian scheme? Ah, whatever. I'm so tired. If I go to sleep under Reuben's, the descendant of the cross and the raising of the cross, the dog of Flanders will come and raising a bloodthirsty war cry, carry my soul off to Valhalla. Not good. I'm finally starting to hallucinate here in this hopeless and glorious afternoon. My ending theme has even started playing. Soon my life will fade into the credits. Then the curtain will fall and the audience will deliver a standing ovation. A storm of emotions will sweep the world. It will set off a new office record. The whole world cried for him. We're witnessing a historical moment here. Just see it if it's the last thing you do. Mama, I love you so much I could cut you to pieces. Kara, make love to me.
はあ、クロウが倒れてるぞ。
Ah, Koro's falling down.
生き倒れ、生き倒れ。
Yay, it's a dead person, the dead person.
おい、クロウ。生きてるか？
Hey,
ゾン。
girl, you still alive? Poke, poke.
落書きして。
Let's ride on him.
クロウ、ミミズだよ、毛虫だよ、クモだよ、ヘビだよ。
Kuro, here's an earthworm, a caterpillar, and a spider and a snake.
だークソガキどもが
You crazy fucking kids.
わあ、生き倒れが蘇った。
Yeah, the dead guy got back up.
ゾンビ、ゾンビ。
Zombie, zombie.
世界中では今日もどれだけの人が上に苦しんでいるかを考えたことがあるかこの冷血感ども
Have you thought about just how many people are starving in the world today? You cold-blooded brats.
全員そこに直れ貴様らに地球を救う愛の偉大さ加減を直接体に叩き込んでやる
Sit your asses now. I'm going to pound into you just how great my world-saving love is.
わーい、クロウが怒ったぞ。
Hey, girl's mad.
逃げろ、逃げろ。
Run away, run away. The kids scatter like baby spiders. I chase after them with all my might. Just then, the church door opens.
あらあらあら。哀れな子羊たるクロウちゃんが子供たちに毒牙を伸ばしている。
Oh my, the poor lost sheep Kura is burying his poisonous fangs at the children.
クロウちゃん、謝っちゃダメ。神様が悲しんでおられますよ。
Kura, you mustn't be hasty. The Lord will be grieved.
殺される。助けて。
We're gonna be killed. Help us.
シスターかこのガキを無事に返して欲しければ飯を用意しろ今すぐにだつうか急がないと俺が死ぬから
Sister, if you want this brat returned alive, get me some food right now. If you don't, I'm seriously gonna die.
だあちょ動き回ったからなおのこと意識が朦朧としてきやがった死ぬのかここでスタッフロールか
Ah, damn it. All this running around is making me dizzy. Am I gonna die? Is it time for the credits?
あらあらあら。クロウちゃんったら向こう岸に渡りかけちゃって。
Well, 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 you've almost crossed over to the other side.
こら、クロウちゃん、帰ってこい。おーい。
Oh my, Kuro's going off to the other side. Hey, Kuro, come back. Sister, like, I've known her ever since I arrived in the city. While working tirelessly as a keeper of this rundown church, she's been taking care of these kids, orphans with nowhere to go. She's usually kind and soft-tempered, but she's really a fine, upstanding woman. And she's hot with the huge rag. It's just,
やっと
final.
落ち着いた
Oh, oops,
満足満足
my bad. Ah, finally, now I'm full.
はい、お粗末様。
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
それでね、クロウちゃん、お話があります。はい、そこ。すっかり何の遠慮のかけらもなく食後のお茶を楽しんでいる場合じゃない。しかも勝手に。
Now that you've eaten, Kuro, I have something to say. Stop right there. Now isn't the time to be leisurely enjoying tea, and even without asking for it.
あまあそこはどんまい
Uh,
なんだよ改まって
yeah, don't mind me. Well, what's up?
何がいえ、それはまあ別にいいでしょう。ではクロウちゃん、単刀直入にお話ししますよ。
What do you mean, don't mind me? Well, that's not really the issue. Alright, Kura. I'll get straight to the point.
はいはい。
Yeah?
働けよ。
Get a job! She sure did get straight to the point. Feels like a knife just stabbed me in the vital spot. I'm guessing somewhere around the liver.
いや、シスター、俺は別に怠けて働かないのではなくて、働きようにも仕事の依頼がないからなんだけど。
Oh, well, sister, it's not like I'm not working because I'm lazy. I'm not working because there's no jobs.
そんなヤクザな商売をやっているからよ。いいですか？人間真面目にコツコツ働くのが一番なのです。
Sorry. That's because you have such a shady profession. Listen, people should work diligently and tirelessly.
天は自らを助くる者を助く。だからクロウちゃんも努力しなければいけないんですよ。はい。
Heaven helps those who help themselves, which means you need to put some effort too, understand? Damn, like usual, she's gone off into full lecture mode. From my experience, as soon as she sees my face, this person can't resist a lecture. If it weren't for that, everything would be well and good,
ヤ
but
クザな商売ってのはあんまりじゃないか。俺はお天道様に逆らうようなそんなやましいことはしてないぜ。多分。
hey, don't be calling my job shady. I'm not doing anything to go against the will of the Almighty or feel guilty about. You know, probably.
何を言いますか。どんなに言い繕ったところで、所詮やっていることは他人のプライベートの盗み見ですよ。探偵なんてお仕事は。
What are you saying? No matter how you make it sound, what you're really doing as a private investigator is private prying into other people's personal lives. Yep, private investigator. That's why Daijuji go to his profession. That is, yeah. Of course, this isn't a Conan novel or anything. I'm tracking down people or investigating adultery, so Aika has a plan. But even
世
so,
の中には不可欠な仕事だよ。うん。俺は俺の仕事にプライドを持って接してるんだ。いくらライカさんにでもどうこう言われる言われはないぜ。
someone's got to do it, you know? Yeah, I've got pride in my profession. Even you, like, don't have the right to lecture me about it.
その誇り高い仕事の最後の依頼がいつでした？
And when was the last time you had a job to be proud of? Anyways, sorry about that. Had to do something real quick. Okay, so, let's go. Probably about a month ago. And of course I'd be hired to search for a lost pet. Then naturally the client had been an innocent little girl clutching her piggy bank.
今までどうやって生活していたんだろう。
How the how the hell have I made it this far?
毎日たかりに来てたじゃない。この前一度本格的にお説教したらひねくれちゃって、しばらくは姿を見せなかったけど。
You come here for food every day, don't you? Although there was the time when I gave you a particularly serious lecture, and you did show up again for a while.
まあ時間の問題とは思っていましたが。もうクロウちゃんったら本当に解消なしなんだから。
Of course I knew it was just a matter of time. Kuro, you really are helpless after all. I thought I'd known what I was getting into, but I said it. Wait, what? Hold on, I'm sorry. I thought I'd known what I was getting into, but I said it. But I hadn't expected this sarcastic answer. Something's off. With me using all my charm and playing nice, the event where Leica falls for me should have started by now.
所詮人は一人では生きられぬもの。
After all, men can't live alone.
追い詰められるとかっこつけて逃げようとするのはクロウちゃんの悪いところ。
You always try to act cool when you're cornered. It's one of your bad points.
結婚しようかシスター
Let's get married, sister.
断る。
Not a chance. Why is it that sometimes her normally gentle tone suddenly goes so sharp and cold?
へえいいもんいいもんこうなったらまた飯をたかりにたかりまくってやるからな覚えとけ
Alright, I get it. If that's how it is, I'll just keep coming back to mooch off of you. Remember this.
そんなにも後ろ向きな発言をそんなにも前向きな態度で言い切りやがりますか、クロちゃんは。
Oh, how can you say such a pessimistic thing in such an optimistic tone, Kuro?
第十字クロウは男だからな
Because Daijouji Kuro is a true man.
なんでそう間違ったプライドにばかり全力で忠実かな。
Why are you so crazily loyal to your foolish pride?
帰る
I'm leaving.
ちょっと話がまだ。
Wait, I'm not done. Ignoring Leica, I get up from my seat. However, as I touch the doorknob, Leica speaks to me again. This time her voice is different, quiet but serious.
クロちゃん、学生の頃はまだしっかりしてたのに、どうして大学辞めちゃったの？
Kuro, you were doing so well when you were still a student. Why did you leave the university? I freeze with my hand on the door. The heavy silence presses me. The heavy silence presses down on me. I feel her eyes on my back. Like a sincerity hurt me. Just a little. Finally, I turn around. I force a glib smile. But maybe some self-derision leaks through.
別にただ単に落ちこぼれただけだよよくあることさ
Nothing
じゃあね
special.
おやすみライカさん
I just couldn't hack it. It happens all the time. See you later. Night, Nika. With that, I leave the room. I shouldn't have done that. Leica's helped me out with more than just meals. I owe her a lot. Well, talking tough is part of my job, so I suppose it couldn't be helped. As was mentioned earlier, I'm working as a PI. Although I don't get very many jobs, which I suppose makes me a third-rate PI. Even so, I'm not really cut out to be a hard-working salaryman. Ever since I left the university, I haven't had much of a work ethic. Just like Leica keeps pointing out, I'm completely entrenched in this half-assed lifestyle.
身の程を知らないと道を踏み外すつうことだよな要するに
If you don't know your place, you'll go astray. I guess that describes me pretty well. Muttering to myself, I turn a corner. Ahead of me, I see a collapsed building surrounded by cops. The two officers in charge are a bored-looking guy and a guy who looks like a real hard ass. Looks like a Black Lodge robot went on another rampage. Not particularly interested, I walk past the scene. I'm not the only one. Everyone walking by is pretty indifferent. After an idle glance, we all just keep on moving. After all, this sort of thing is a daily occurrence in this city. Worrying about oneself is a lot more important, especially for me with my non-existent food budget. Well, getting on gloomy won't help anything. Even if I had a request, it wouldn't amount to much. Oh well. Maybe I should get another part-time librarian gig. My studies in college involved a lot of that, so I'm pretty used to handling books. It's not the kind of job I can get excited about though.
明日に明日の風が吹くだ頑張れ俺
Each day is a fresh start. I've got to do my best. Pumping myself up, I hurry back to my office, which also doubles as my home. When I return home, I find that my power, gas, and water have been shut off. This is seriously depressing. With the power off, there isn't much to do, so I decide to hit the sack early. Lying on my sofa, I pull a blanket over me, turning my head to the side. I look through the window out over the city. This is Arkham City, at the height of its glory. The progress of science and the revival of alchemy have drastically improved people's lives. This has created business chances in all fields, and the economy is stronger than ever before. Drawn by the city's prosperity, people of all backgrounds gather to create a new life. While there are those who attain vast wealth in a single night, there are also those who, in that night, lose it all. For good or ill, this city is overflowing with energy, more than it can contain. Without a doubt, Arkham City is the center of the world. The other side of that, however, is a steady decline in order. Vagrants are increasing, the slums are growing, and the gangs and new religions are gaining influence while trampling on morality. The worst is an extremist cult calling themselves Black Lodge. Claiming a sorcerer as their leader, they preach that magic is meant to be used, and following their lusts, they continue to revel in crime. It wouldn't be wrong to say that most of the worst crimes that happen here can be linked in some way to Black Lodge. After all, the city is a constant state of upheaval. In a golden age, and an age of chaos, and a dark age, all at the same time. Such is Arkham City. Here is where millionaires and paupers, sages and fools, saints and sinners are all accepted equally and live or die equally. Because that's the kind of city this is. I'm able to live here. However, something's missing. Something's missing. There's something absolutely essential missing. I feel empty. Without finding out why that is and without the time to even think about it, this day will end and tomorrow will come. I can't help it. How can I? Muttering to myself, I close my eyes. Give it a rest! What the hell? Just when a guy's enjoying a hard-earned sleep. Is it the bill collector? If so, they've come in vain. Right now, I don't have a single cent to my name. Great, now I'm starting the day depressed. Yeah, coming. Yeah, who is it?
こちらが第10次九郎様の事務所ですね。
Is this the office of Mr. Daijuji? When I open the door, there's a tall man in a very neat black suit standing there. Standing straight as a rail. This man is very slender. However, he doesn't give off a weak impression at all. His eyes shine sharp and cold behind his glasses, like finely honed blades. I'm struck by his appearance and demeanor, so far removed from Norm and my neck of the woods.
いや、そうですけど、何か。
Yeah, that's right. Can I help you?
仕事の依頼です。
I have a job for you. The answer comes not from a man, but from out in the hallway. A suited man steps back as though yielding the floor. Standing there in the hallway, even more out of place than the man, is a woman who looks like the archetype of a sheltered young princess. With fine features and well-balanced proportions, she could definitely be called a beauty. However, more striking than anything else are her eyes. How deep black and shining, with strength of will, her eyes are looking straight at me. She speaks, or more accurately, declares.
そう。あなたにこそふさわしい仕事です。第10次九郎さん。
Indeed, this is a job fit for you, Mr. Daijoji Kuro. I'm surprised and a little confused, but I invite them in to talk. But the job offer? How would such an obviously wealthy person hire a third-rate PI like me? I steal a glance at her. She's wearing an extravagant dress that looks like it could be from some movie. I've never met anyone in a position to wear a dress like that. Her beautiful hair, long and black, goes well with it. From her features and the color of her hair and eyes, she appears to be of East Asian descent. While I'm examining her, she suddenly starts talking. Her voice is calm, however. Her words have the impact of a nuclear bomb.
自己紹介がまだでしたね。私の名前は波動瑠璃。
I haven't introduced myself yet, have I? I am Hado Ruri,
そしてこちらが執事のウィンフィールドです。
and this is my butler, Winfield. For an instant, all thought ceases. Staring blankly at the two, I desperately try to get my head together. Hold on there. What'd she just say? Hado Ruri? Hado? Hado?
ハドってまさか
Hado? What? You can't mean.
はい。おそらくは大中寺さんが想像されている通りの。
Yes, it is probably the Hado that you are thinking of, Mr. Daijuji. On the business card she presents to me is clearly written Hado Financial Association. President Hado Ruri. What? What? There's no one in Arkham City who doesn't know of Hado Financial Association. With influence in every imaginable field, it is truly the world's largest corporation. And most importantly, it was the association's founder, Hado Kazuha, who seemingly reckless use of his vast fortune transformed Arkham City into a small rural town into the metropolis it is today. In other words, it would have not been an exaggeration to say that the Hado Association is de facto ruler of the city. A Hado princess is standing right in front of me, and she's the president? You mean this young lady stands at the pinnacle of Arkham City? And I have no idea what's going on here.
それであなたのような高貴で完璧超人なお方が私のようなボウフラにも劣る社会のクズでゴミで散りあくたで
So you mean to say that a noble, perfect superhuman like you has a job for a lower than a maggot?
むしろ生まれてきてすいませんって遺書を書き残して首くくってしねえな人間に仕事を依頼するですと
Scum of society who should leave a note apologizing for being born and just hang himself already like a guy like me?
謙遜しているのか卑屈なのか皮肉なのか判断に迷う言い方ですね。
I can't tell if you're
それはと
oh,
もかく
my bad. I can't tell if you're being modest or pathetic or sarcastic, I'm sorry. Anyways, that's besides the point.
その通りです大十字さん。あなたに探していただきたいものがあるのです。
That's right, Mr. Dajuju. I would like you to find something for me.
わざわざこの俺になぜ
But why me specifically?
先ほど申しましたね。これはあなたにこそふさわしい仕事だと。
As I said before, this is a fitting job for you.
そう。この仕事はあなたが適任なのです。
Yes,
他のどんな探偵よりも。
you are more suitable for this task than any other investigator.
それはどういう意味
What do you mean?
あなたに探していただきたいのは魔導書です。それも本物の魔術師たちが使うような力のある魔導書を。
I would like you to find a grimoire with power, the sort that sorcerers use. Damn, I'm struck speechless. Calm down. Calm down, Daijuji Kuro. But seriously, what's going on here? Why is she asking me that?
なおのことわけがわからないですね魔導書なんてそんな怪しげなもんと俺とに何の接点が
Now I'm even more confused. What would something shady like that have to do with me? I decided to get straight to the point. The butler who had been watching silently until now whips out a file and starts paging through it.
第10次クローミスカトニック大学に入学するも2年で中退
Daijuji Kuro withdrew after 2 years of Miskatonic University. Yeah.
記録上の専攻は考古学になっていますが事実は異なります
Your field of study is officially recorded as archaeology, but the truth is different.
第10次様 あなたがミスカトニックで学んでいたのは隠秘学、すなわち魔術理論をあなたは学んでいた。
Mr. Dajuji, from what you engaged at Misatonic University were occult studies. In other words, you learned magic theory.
あんたら一体どこまで。
How much do you know? Now it's clear. These people have been investigating me. Now on my guard, I glare at the two. However, the butler remains cool.
申し訳ございません。誠に勝手ながらいろいろと調べさせていただきました。
Please accept my apologies. I realized it was an intrusion, but I took the liberty of looking into your background.
ミスカトニック大学は隠秘学科の存在を公にはしていない。あなたのような方を探すのは一苦労でした。
The existence of Miskatonic University's occult studies department is not known to the public. It was difficult locating someone like you. Miskatonic University's occult studies department isn't just hidden from the outsiders, but from the people in the university as well. To be able to pull my name out of there, the Hado Association is truly to be feared.
魔術を知る者しか魔導書を理解することはできない。だからこの仕事は普通の探偵には無理なのです。そう、あなたでなければならない。
Only one who knows magic can recognize a true grimoire, which is why a normal investigator is out of the question. It must be you.
俺は落ちこぼれだ。初歩的な魔術だって行使できないぜ。
I didn't cut it. I can't even use basic magic. I fixed my posture, tried to calm down my breathing again, and answer. But the butler opened his mouth once again.
それでも魔導書の閲覧まではクラスが上がっていたはずです。
Even so, you should have made it to the class involving the reading of grimoires. How far did they really go to find out?
あんたらなんで魔導書なんて探してる。
What do you people want a grimoire for?
いいか、魔導書ってのはほぼ例外なく下道の知識の集大成だ。そんなものを必要とするなんてろくなもんじゃねえ。ま、それ以前に素人が手を出せば痛い目を見るだけなんだけどな。
Listen, pretty much all grimoires are compilations of unholy knowledge. Nothing good can come from just using them. And even before that, an amateur will just get herself hurt messing with them. Face serious, the lady thinks about my question. As though finally coming to a decision, she then looks straight into my eyes and speaks.
デモンベイン。
Demonbane.
私の祖父が残したブラックロッジに対抗するための手段です。
Left behind by my grandfather, it is a means to resist Black Lodge.
ブラックロッジについては詳しく説明する必要はありませんね。
I imagine there's no need to explain about Black Lodge.
ああ、
Yeah, I know it. Black Lodge, the largest and most evil criminal organization in Arkham City. Perhaps it would be better to call them terrorists. Unlike normal terrorists, however, they have no political goals.
ブラックロッジが破壊活動のために用いる巨大ロボットは科学と錬金術が生み出した脅威。すでに治安警察の対応能力を超えています。
The giant robots that Black Lodge uses in its destructive activities are a menace born of science and alchemy. They are now far beyond the abilities of the police.
加えてブラックロッジの頂点に立つマスターテリオンと幹部たち。
What's more, the leaders of Black
本物
Lodge,
の魔術師です。
Master Therion and his lieutenants, are true sorcerers.
本物の魔術師の恐ろしさは大十字さんの方が詳しいのではないでしょうか。
I imagine you are familiar with how terrible a true sorcerer can be, Mr. Dajuji.
直接お目にかかったことはないけどね。想像はつくよ。
I've never met one, but I can imagine. That's right. That's the truly frightening thing about Black Lodge. They threaten Arkham City with giant robots more powerful than any weapons the police or maybe even the military have. All the police can manage to do is drive them off, and then even that's a struggle. Black Lodge always makes them pay for it. The citizens and the media are always harshly criticizing their worthlessness. Only the financial support of Hado Association is allowing the police to maintain some semblance of order in Alcom. Also, that we have our very own comic book style hero of justice in the city. However, there is something much more terrifying than those giant robots, and that is the sorcerers who bind Black Lodge together. However, I mean, although they've never acted openly and are shrouded in mystery, no one who has had dealings with them has ever lived to tell of it. Someone with experience in magic, little as it may be, I understand. In a sense, a true sorcerer is as powerful as an entire army. What would happen if they were to seriously start acting? That is the worry of the minds of everyone in Arkham.
このアーカムシティと共に生き続けた我々波動としては、彼らの横暴をみすみす見逃すわけには参りません。
We of the Hado Association have always lived together with Arkham City. We cannot allow their tyranny to continue.
しかし魔術に対抗できるのは唯一魔術だけ。そこで私の祖父であり、波動財閥の創始者でもある波動構造は、彼らへの対抗手段に魔術理論を導入しました。
However, the only thing that can stand up to magic is magic, which is why my grandfather and founder of Hado Association, Hado Kuzo, employed magical theory in developing a weapon to use against them.
それがそのデモンなんたら
Which is that demon whatever.
その通りです。しかしデモンベインを起動するためには魔導書が必要なのです。魔術の講師に魔導書を必要とするように。
Exactly. However, Demonbane requires a grimoire to activate, just as a sorcerer needs one to use magic. Alright, I think I've got it. Now then, what to do? To be honest, I'm not too keen on the idea of going on a grimoire hunt. The whole reason I dropped out of the university was that I couldn't handle what was in the grimoires. It wasn't that they were too difficult, it was the horror of them. I think there was something written about otherworldly gods I don't really remember. In fact, I've tried to forget. I was afraid. Fearing the sorceress knowledge, I left the university. Naturally, the thought of getting involved with grimoires again is kind of depressing.
デモンベインは祖父の形見なのです。私はそれを無駄にしたくない。
Demonbane is a memento of my grandfather. I don't want it to go to waste. I can tell she's sincere, but... Excuse me, hold on. Yeah, this is gonna be the main file. This one will be just random stuff. I was using that file to check stuff, by the way. Ignore that. You will be accepting it. I don't want to get involved, but it's been a while since I've had a job offer. I may not be able to turn my back on it.
俺は
I'm...
大変な仕事だということは分かっております。無論報酬はそれに見合った額とさせていただきます。
We realize that it is a difficult job, and of course we will compensate you accordingly.
まずは依頼料と必要経費ということで
To begin with, here is a forward payment plus expenses. The butler sits and attaches the case on the desk and opens it. Inside are tightly packed stacks and stacks and stacks of bills.
魔導書を見つけてくだされば、さらに成功報酬をお支払いします。
If you find
引
a
き受けてくだ
grimoire,
さいませんか、大十字さん。
if you find a grimoire, you will be paid a further completion fee. Will you accept this job, Mr. Daijuji?
引き受けましょう
I'll take it. 0.2 seconds. That's right, it's just like the HUD, how the princess says. No one else should have to suffer because of the evil of Black Lodge. Right now, I'm fiercely burning with righteous anger and a sense of justice. Go with me here. Alright. I don't think this episode was that long, but we will be stopping here for now. And yeah, we'll continue later. Anyway, see ya. Let's do this real quick. Okay, now I can say it. See ya.